This is James Lupton for Slothbox, sponsored by the Excelsior Sporting Club, and I'm joined with Chris Kongo. Chris, how are you, mate?
I'm all good, brother. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for joining me again. Um, Listen, we'll start where the big news is at the minute, and the Florian Marku bust up at the other night. Talk to me a little bit about that. You know, what went on, what's going on there. Could we see this fight happen?
Well, it wasn't a bust up. It was just one of them things. One of them things that we've had an exchange online, and obviously a numerous amount of times. This has been going on for a long time, but I haven't actually seen him. And obviously, I see him there, so I'm not gonna just look at him and walk away. I'm gonna go to him. So I went to him, but I went to him respectfully, and we had a little talk, a little chat. Obviously, it's all over the net now, and clearly he was being disrespectful, saying "go away, go away." Yeah, that's not really respectful, is it? And then obviously he pushed me, so um, yeah, and it just all happened from there. It all kicked off. It's good security was there because it would have went off regardless, but listen, it's not about that. It's about me and him. We need to get it on. It's been brewing for a while, and now it's just the perfect time to make it happen.
You mentioned also you went to him respectfully, and like you say, you know, man to man, you went up to him. Like you said, there's been a bit of online back and forth, and you hadn't, you hadn't intimidated me, you hadn't got any space, you hadn't done nothing like that. And he put his hands on you, and that is something that can be seen in the video. What does
Mhm.
that, what do you make of that, and what does that show him to be like?
It just shows him to be like I said, just be a bit disrespectful, man. Like you don't respect people much. Obviously, you can tell by his attitude and the way he is. For him to put hands on me, it was nothing anyway. Like I didn't really like that was nothing. Trust me. And if he really wants to get the fight and really wants to make it happen, he will make it happen. You know what I mean? But we will make it happen now because now it's everyone wants to see the fight. So he's got to do it now.
I was going to ask you, the next question was, is it sort of worked out in your favour? Because now this fight is, it's brewing, like you say, and people now want to see this fight more than ever. Is it something that could now see him get in the ring with you?
100%, 100%. I believe it's gonna happen, but when I don't know because obviously he's fighting the 2nd of September. I suggested to Ben Shalom to make the fight happen on the 21st of October. He suggested it might be a bit too soon for him, but I'm ready regardless. Whenever I said I'm always in shape, I'm always ready to go. So whenever he's ready, he can give me a call and we can make it happen.
You mentioned October 21st there. For
Mhm.
yourself, if obviously he's fighting in September, it's not, what, 6, 7 weeks between the two dates. So
Mhm.
it'd be a surprise if Florian got in the ring with you on the 21st of October. Would you like to get in the ring on the 21st of October and then face him later in the year or early next year? Do you want to be?
100%. If that's the case, then yes, because obviously I've been out for a long time, and now it's time for me to get back. And people actually just want to see me back in the ring, because even my last couple fights, my all my fights that's been on Sky, they've all been exciting. They've all been exciting. You've seen, obviously the first one wasn't televised or anything, but Sky Sports posted the last roundup, and you can tell that was all fireworks. That was a good fight. The fight with Sebastian Formella and the fight with Echo. I'm never in a bad fight, never. And that's one thing you can say. And people just want to see me back out, and I want to get back out ASAP. So 21st of October, I really want that to be the date.
You mentioned it's been a while since you've been last out. What has Chris Conger been doing with himself in that time?
I've been just focusing on training, focusing on drilling in the gym, and outside of boxing, just been focusing a lot more on business, just trying to get businesses up and running. I'm finally into property now, so yeah, just trying to do a few more bits and bobs and just getting on with my life now, man. But the main thing is my career is still here. I still feel young. I still feel fresh, and I believe I still got a long way in a long career in this game. You know, I've had a lot of inactivity which played a part, but that doesn't mean I stayed away from the gym. I've always been in the gym, so it's a good thing, and I'm ready to continue. You know, ready to go again.
You mentioned that there's been spells throughout your whole professional career of inactivity, really. How do you look back on your career at this moment in time with any regret, or is any of it your fault that you've been active?
It's never been my fault that I was inactive. You know, it's always been down to business, politics, of course. And the game is just the game is the game, and I take it how it is. Now I know what it is. I just got to treat it as business now. So business first, and everything else comes after that. You know.
You mentioned it is what it is, and you see that now. What was that realization like when you realized actually this isn't something that is a walk in the park as such?
Um, you know what? I realized when I was at times when I was inactive, when I wasn't fighting, I knew, yeah, this is really about business, you know. And all I've ever wanted to do my whole career is just fight and stay active, just how I was in the amateurs. I mean, if it was down to myself, I won at least 4 or 5 fights a year, you know, against whoever. I'm always ready to take challenges, always. And fighting is just something that I love doing, and I want to keep it up. So yeah, and I'm sure my next fight you're gonna see some major improvements like you did see from my last fight, and just gonna keep moving forward.
Absolutely. And just before I let you go, Chris, we mentioned October 21st, top of the bill that night, Dan Azeez, Josh Buatsi, two men I'm sure you know very well. How do you see that fight going?
All right, it's a wicked fight. It's a wicked fight. I've stated before. Dan Azeez has been very active. He's been keeping active, keeping busy, and every fight he's just getting better and better and just improving a lot more. Uh, Buatsi hasn't been as active as Dan Azeez, but the main thing is he has fought and he got a good 10 rounds in, which he needed. And that's going to benefit him going into this fight with Dan Azeez now. So it's a good 50-50 fight. I'm not going to put a winner on it because I love both guys. And I just want to see a brilliant fight. And I'm sure that they're both getting paid very well. So I'm happy for it.
How refreshing is it to see two guys who are putting a friendship aside to give the fans what they want, but also business-wise to make money?
It's great. It's great because you don't get a lot of that in the sport. You know, you don't get a lot of that in the sport. It's either neither one's a bad guy, one's the good guy. And to have two friends push aside their friendship to make it happen, this is what boxing needs. And we've seen it this year with Errol Spence and Crawford. I mean, they've stated that they've spoken on the phone for hours, talking about boxing, talking about life, and it's just great, man. We need more examples of that, and I think this is another example of that. And the winner does go for the winner does go. This is the eliminator for the world title, so the winner does go to fight for the world title, which is great.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, hopefully we see you on that undercard, but we'll catch up again soon before then, I'm sure. But thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Cheers.